So let's be real for a second. We all wanted one of those cool frozen drink or soft serve machines in our kitchen, especially in summer. But once you actually bring them home, they either take forever to work, make a huge mess, or end up getting shoved into the back of a cabinet after like 2 uses. And honestly, that's why we were curious about this thing right here, the Canoly 2-in-1 Slushie Machine, because instead of trying to be some giant commercial-style machine that takes over your entire kitchen, this thing is going for a much more practical approach. It's compact, touchscreen-based, easy to use, and most importantly, it's trying to solve 2 cravings with one machine: slushies and soft ice cream. And honestly, that combination alone already makes this thing pretty interesting. Because normally, if you wanted both of those experiences at home, you'd either need 2 separate appliances, but with the Canoly, the whole idea is basically pour, press, and wait. That's it. And after spending time with it, we can honestly say this thing feels way more practical than most frozen dessert machines we've tested. Let's get into the details. Right away, the first thing we noticed was the design. The machine has this tall, slim footprint that honestly fits into a kitchen way easier than we expected. It doesn't eat up your entire counter space, which matters because appliances like this usually end up being huge. But this one stays relatively compact while still giving you a pretty massive internal capacity. Canoly says the tank supports up to 92 ounces with a recommended fill line around 72 ounces, which is honestly a lot. That's enough to serve a full family gathering, movie night, BBQ, birthday party, or honestly just a whole weekend of frozen drinks if you really want to go crazy with it. And the touchscreen setup is actually super simple too. You're getting 6 different modes built directly into the machine, including ice cream, slush, milkshake, frozen juice, frap, and night mode. So instead of this being a one-trick appliance that only does one specific thing, it's actually surprisingly versatile depending on what you pour into it. And honestly, that's probably the biggest strength of this entire machine. Now, one thing we really liked here is how beginner-friendly the whole process feels. Seriously, this is one of those appliances where you don't really need to learn anything. The process is basically 3 steps. Pour your liquid in, select the mode, and wait. That's it. Let's try it with a simple Coke first. All we have to do here is literally just pour the drink directly into the machine, select slush mode, and let it run. And after a while, we had a thick frozen slushie ready to go just like this. No ice dilution, no blender noise, no watery consistency. And honestly, that part impressed us more than we expected. Because normally with frozen drinks at home, once the ice starts melting, the flavor gets watered down really fast. But since this machine is actually freezing the liquid itself instead of blending it with ice, the flavor stays much stronger and way more concentrated. That makes a surprisingly huge difference. And there's also adjustable thickness control built directly into the machine. So if you want a thinner, more drinkable slush, you can lower the cooling level a bit. But if you want something thicker like a frozen margarita consistency or almost a spoonable slushy texture, you can crank it up higher. And honestly, being able to customize the texture that easily makes the experience feel way more premium than we expected at this level. Now, one important thing to know is that your drinks do need a certain amount of sugar content for the freezing system to work properly. The machine recommends liquids with at least around 4% sugar because otherwise the mixture can either freeze improperly or turn into a solid block. So stuff like lemonade, soda, juice, milkshake mixes, protein drinks with some sweetness, or cocktail mixtures work really well here. And honestly, this machine feels perfect for summer, especially if you live somewhere ridiculously hot. Now, of course, the other half of this machine is the soft serve ice cream side, which honestly is probably what makes this thing stand out most from other slushie makers right now. We tested a basic vanilla ice cream recipe using milk, cream, vanilla extract, and sugar, and the process itself was extremely easy. Just whisk the ingredients together, pour the mixture inside, switch to ice cream mode, and let the machine do its thing. Now here's the thing though, The soft serve side works best when you understand what kind of texture you're aiming for. Straight from the machine, the consistency leans more toward a thick milkshake or soft frozen yogurt texture depending on your settings. If you want firmer, scoopable ice cream, throwing it into the freezer for a little while afterward definitely helps a lot. But for actual soft serve style desserts, yeah, this thing works really nicely. And Canoly even includes this little star-shaped dispensing attachment that gives the ice cream that classic soft serve look when it comes out. It's obviously not some life-changing feature or anything, but honestly, it does make the whole experience feel more fun, especially if kids are using it or if you're serving desserts for guests. It gives the ice cream that actual homemade soft serve shop vibe instead of just dumping frozen cream into a bowl. And Canoly clearly designed this thing around convenience too. And surprisingly, cleanup is also way less annoying than we expected. Because usually machines like this become a nightmare once everything starts sticking internally. But Canoly includes a one-touch rinse mode where you basically add warm water, activate the rinse cycle, and the machine cleans most of the internal system automatically. After that, the removable dispensing assembly slides off really easily for deeper cleaning. And honestly, the whole process feels surprisingly simple. The drip catcher tray at the bottom is also removable. So if things spill while dispensing, cleanup takes like 2 seconds instead of becoming a whole kitchen mess. Little details like that honestly matter way more than people think with appliances you're going to use regularly. The dispensing assembly also comes apart really easily without tools, which matters because if cleanup becomes frustrating, people stop using appliances like this altogether. And honestly, that's probably what impressed us most overall with the Canoly. It actually feels designed for regular people instead of just hardcore kitchen enthusiasts. Everything about it feels built around simplicity, convenience, and low effort. Now, obviously, this machine won't replace a full commercial soft serve setup or an industrial frozen drink machine. That's not what this is trying to be. But for home kitchens, family gatherings, summer parties, movie nights, quick desserts, or just making frozen drinks without all the usual hassle. Honestly, this thing does a really good job. The slushy side especially feels genuinely excellent. The drinks come out flavorful, smooth, and thick without tasting watered down. And the fact that the machine can keep the mixture ready for hours without immediately melting everything is another huge plus. So yeah, overall, the Canoly 2-in-1 Slushie Machine honestly feels like one of those kitchen gadgets that people will actually keep using instead of forgetting about after a week. It's simple, surprisingly versatile, easy to clean, family-friendly, and honestly just really fun to use. If you love frozen drinks, soft serve, milkshakes, or quick desserts at home without dealing with complicated prep work, this thing makes a lot of sense. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for this one. Let us know down in the comments. What would you make first with this thing? Frozen lemonade, milkshakes, soft serve, frozen coffee? Honestly, there are way too many possibilities here, and we'll put the updated purchase link down in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more kitchen gadget reviews and home tech content like this, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!